You know, sometimes we have some jewels in Rhode Island that are right under our nose and we may or may not know they're there.
The Dan York State of Mind program is brought to you in part by Lookout Rhode Island and Takeo Comfort Solutions.
Greetings, Kimosabes. Do you mind if we take, for the most part, a demonstrative break from the grind of candidates and concepts and issues and all that stuff tonight, because it's Friday and I would just like to chill. Now, you know, if you're a regular viewer to the show, and thank you if you are, and if you're not, welcome in, that we record our Friday programs on Thursday. And I always remind everybody on that because I'm about transparency, you know, but I'm also about not looking like I don't know what the heck is going on. So when things break on Fridays, if they do, we catch up on Mondays. But Fridays give us a chance, as I've mentioned so many times before, to kind of spread out a little bit, chill, have a comprehensive conversation or debate on an issue. But tonight I've got Paul Mahalides here. He is the chairman of the incredible project, which is the Preserve at Boulder Hills. I mean, it's a for-profit project. It's his business, but it's something that I think falls into economic development conversation in this state, the likes of which I'm not sure everybody knows is going on. And you know, if you've been watching the show for any length of time, that I love to talk to business owners and entrepreneurs about their investments, not only in their own profitability, but in quality of life in the state. And you know, doing business sometimes is not always that easy. So it's a fun conversation. Full disclosure, by the way, the Preserve at Boulder Hills has invested in an advertising relationship with me on certain projects, including the radio program, and perhaps you'll see them here at some juncture. I'm not sure. But you know, I always tell you about those things, and I consider Paul to be a friend. So know those things when we discuss this. In the meantime, let me show you some of the promotional video that describes this incredible facility that he has.
Just another golf course in the heart of Wyoming, Rhode Island. Under development is an exclusive four-season sporting retreat meant for only the best of experiences. The Preserve offers all of the activities you and your family could want, all at one location. Why join an ordinary country club when you can become an owner at the newest exclusive sporting club, the Preserve?
So, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. Thank you for having me.
Is that you swinging the golf club there, or is it? I see it just so the knees down. It's a pretty good move. I know you're a player, but you've been trying to convince me of something. Let's just get this done. You've been trying to convince me that shooting clays as a substitute for my golf game, which admittedly frustrates the living hell out of me, is what I should be doing.
Well, you should be. I mean, clays is a.
You're as a former scratch player, right?
That's right. As a former.
Oh, you are. Are you ever a former scratch player? Well, you are. I don't know what your game is like. Right
Six.
Now. Six.
So I'm an okay player.
You certainly are. But you're telling me that shooting clays is.
Well, it's better.
Is more rewarding. It's
much more camaraderie. You know, it's a wonderful activity. You don't have to be quiet. You can cheer. You always feel good. If your gait's a little bit off when you're practicing golf, you can actually go out to practice golf. Your gait can be a little off. Your back in here, you get a little tendonitis, and your practice round actually is terrible. But when you go out to shoot sporting clays, you always feel good. Because no matter what, you give yourself a pillow, and, you know, a pillow is a nice little shot that's right in front of you that breaks, and you always feel good when you leave.
I thought I needed a pillow for my lower back or something.
No, but the thing is that with sporting clays, it's sightful, it's beautiful, and the folks that you're with, you're out there, you know, you can cheer and roar and, you know, razz each other. It's a little bit different, and it's better on your body, in truth. So if you're coordinated and you're a good golfer, which I know you are, you know, there's no excuse not to shoot sporting clays. I mean, it's easier on your body.
Well, it's on my to-do list. It's something that I've got to try. Is it one of those things where when you do it, you get addicted to it?
Yeah, it is, and you know, it's not a 4 or 5 hour commitment. You can go and shoot for an hour with your friends or your wife, or you can stay for 4 or 5 hours if you're having a great time. I mean, it's a much better feel-good experience, and you get the same exercise if you want to walk. You know, typically sporting clays are just like 18 holes of golf. They're 18 stations. You shoot either 50 clays or 100 clays. So you can shoot it in an hour, or you can practice a little bit more and stay out there for 3 or 4 hours. And it's undercover, so you can do it in the rain, or you can do it out in the open air.
Right. So this is just one activity that that the Preserve at Boulder Hills has. This is a monster concept. Kev, can we put up the map? I want everybody to see where this place is, so you understand, and a little bit of the history, because you've had significant history here. I mean, that's 95, and Route 138, exit 3. So if you're on Route 95 and you get off the exit, head toward URI, and it's only like 3/4 of a mile down, and the entrance to the preserve is there, and that's a diagram of some of the current and proposed projects there, and we'll discuss what. I just wanted to give you a geographic sense as to where the preserve is. Let's talk about the history of the property. You've been in and out of this property.
Well, I was the original developer for Foxwoods Resort Casino. The property was 103 acres. We currently own plus or minus 1,000 acres, and we abut the Carolina Nooseneck Management Area, which is another 2,500 acres. So you can actually come to the preserve and enjoy 3,500 acres of fun. It's more than 20 square miles. So while most of our activities, you know, are on the preserve property, you got hundreds of miles of hiking trails, the Pawcatuck Wood River watershed if you want to fly fish, and you know, we have an equestrian center where you can, horses are permitted by the state to use in the state management area, and you have hunting activities and a lot of wonderful things that you can do. So you can come to the preserve and never leave and have, you know, 25 square miles of things to do.
So Foxwoods had it, you
Yeah.
took it back.
We bought it back.
You bought it back. You bought it back.
Yeah.
But you've got this vision thing with this property. I don't know many projects, economic development or private development projects that have such a multifaceted aspect to them. If you're looking for a new home, high-end, no doubt, with concierge service, it's at the preserve. If you're looking to be a member of a gun club on a fairly reasonable investment, it's at the preserve. If you're looking to buy, you know, a rifle that can be valued as much as 6 figures in money, you can find that at the preserve. If you want to play golf, you can do that at the preserve. And you've got a facility there that has been doing weddings and banquets and events for a long period of time, and then end, and then end, and then end, and then and you've got other development ideas there. What was there a single concept in your mind when you said, okay, we're going to take this property, we're going to buy this property back, and we're going to break ground? What is the brand thought?
So my history, I owned more than 20 golf assets and multiple resort projects throughout the United States. And what I tried to do was take all the wonderful things that people enjoy and put them in one place. So some clubs, some golf clubs had sporting clays and they had golf. And then other places had equestrian centers and they had golf. And other places had gym and fitness facilities and had golf. What I did was I took all the different clubs that I had been so fortunate to stay at, Brays Island being one of them, Oak Bridge at Sawgrass being another, you know, where we had health centers and fitness centers, and I took all those wonderful activities and put them in one place. I wanted to be a true lifestyle community. I wanted to have whatever your activity was. You wanted to be outside and enjoy nature. You want to zip line or rock climb or fly fish. Everything that you can do outdoors and you can imagine, I wanted to create it and put it at the preserve. And then we added a housing component, and we've always had any fine club, whether it's a sporting club or a golf club, has a hub. So we have a 25,000 square foot clubhouse. We have a fitness center, we have dining facilities, and I wanted to build the amenities because most developers say, when I sell so many homes, I'm going to build this, and when I develop a little bit more, I'm going to build that. We built the golf course, brand new, pool, tennis facilities, full sporting clays facilities, compact sporting facility, learning facility, 50,000 square foot indoor underground range, the longest in America. And now we rolled out the housing, and we're really enjoying, you know, some velocity in housing sale and some very high prices, you know, for the state of Rhode Island.
To get all that, when we come back, we'll talk about how this project is moving along, what the expectations are in the long run, Paul's view of the economy, because that always kind of affects things, and how it's like to do business in the state of Rhode Island. Sometimes, you know, bumps in the road. We'll be right back.
Preserve at Boulder Hills is not just another golf course or country club. It's a New England first, right in the heart of Wyoming, Rhode Island. Under development is an exclusive four-season sporting retreat meant for only the best of experiences. The Preserve offers all of the activities you and your family could want, all at one location. Why join an ordinary country club when you can become an owner at the newest exclusive sporting club, the Preserve?
So tell me what your view of the economy is, and when you're building a project that takes, I mean, you were breaking grounds
3 years ago.
3 years ago. You know, we're riding a little bit of a wave here. How long's the wave?
Well, my view of things is, you know, as you know, I've been in the development business for 39 years, and I've seen, you know, good times and bad times, but, you know, the Bible says 10 years feast, 10 years famine, and that's kind of how the development economy kind of works too, you know, so it's not something that we kind of invented, and that's kind of, since I started, the way it's been. I mean, since the 2008 economy, we've been building and building and building, and on a, you know, personal note, you know, we've had some extraordinary years the last few years. As long as interest rates kind of stay where they're at, and, you know, the median income and people stay employed, then the economy is going to continue to stabilize. That's how I feel. So I think we're good for a couple of years. But I tried to build a recession-proof mousetrap, and I tried to create, you know, most clubs, when I was involved in clubs, and annual fees were $200,000 a year. People wanted to brag about, my club's $200,000 a year and my club's $100,000 a year. We try to create the opposite model, which is, how do you create something great and belong to something great for a little bit of money? So, you know, a membership at the Preserve, the maintenance dues are less than $7,500 a year. There's no minimum spending, no minimum food spending. So all of our members, you know, are legacy type people. You know, they're looking at the long term, and even if they don't leave their kids with a bucket of money, you know, they can leave them with their membership to the Preserve, and, you know, no matter what path they choose or career they choose, they should be able to pay the minimum fees.
And a membership gets you what? You get to play some golf, the sporting clay. It's access to.
The full membership is 365, snowmobiles, ATVs, indoor shooting, outdoor shooting, golf, tennis, and you get to stay in a $2 million home for, you know, a couple $100 a night, $250 a night. So you always have a place to stay, and you can come once a year, and, you know, you can come all year.
What's the market? Is the Rhode Island market, the New England market, sufficient to satisfy your goals?
Well, of the over 100 members we have right now, 25% of them are Rhode Islanders. People are really starting to see the value, especially in some of the higher end golf clubs. When you see how meticulously our grounds are maintained and what limited pressure we get on our golf and our activities. I mean, the Preserve is only for 150 families. So there's only going to be 150 members at the Preserve, and then you're going to have other membership classes. You know, so we have the range, which has its own membership class, and the sporting clays, which has its own membership class, and then we have another 150 residents. But there'll never be more than 300 full-time Preserve members. So it's really for a very small group. And a lot of Rhode Islanders are selling and downsizing. You know, something that we've enjoyed, we're at $800 a foot. Our average sale price right now is about $829 a foot, which is double what Waterfront's selling for in Rhode Island. People are really starting to see the value, and, you know, we are the most amenity-rich community in New England, if not on the whole Eastern Seaboard. So I think what we've built, and while I take credit for my team because I certainly can't do it myself. I mean, we have some really great people that we're aligned with: Don Layton, Eric Zwainer from ZDS, Marie Simone from Live Interiors. You know, we have our construction teams, and Sergio Shrenja, our engineers. I mean, we just have a really great team of professionals. The list goes on and on and on and on. Beta, and you know, we've conceptualized this together as a group. So it's, while I lead the charge, you know, I'm one voice of many voices.
All right, we come back. As you're watching this, by the way, are there a lot of memberships still remaining? You said there's only going to be 150 memberships.
Yeah, we're halfway there, more than halfway there, yeah.
So there you go. But when we come back, we'll talk about the growth of this project, which if I didn't have a way to have known about it, I still think most people don't really know what's going on down there. And why is that? Stay with us. So there's a recent headline out of Richmond where there were some objections to your expansion at the preserve. Again, Kev, if you get a chance, put the map up so people can see exactly where this is off 95. Paul Mahalides is the chairman of this, I think, incredible project known as the Preserve at Boulder Hills. So much going on there. But you, in addition to the multifaceted mission that you have there, you're also trying to accomplish something unique, which is that there's a private aspect to it, and all you have to do is be on the property to understand that it feels very away when you're there. But you also want to do commerce, so you've got this multi-million-dollar sporting shop that you've constructed, and I mean, you can buy anything as affordably as you would at you know, any local sporting goods store. At the same time, you could mortgage your home for some of the items in there, right? I mean, seriously, it's a unique combination. And then downstairs, I swear, I've never seen anything like this. The underground shooting range is 150 yards. I mean, there's a couple of lanes that are 150 yards long, which is, you said that quickly before, that's the longest
Indoor underground range. It's the longest public range
the
anywhere
country
that's
minimally,
automated.
or the
in
world?
the country.
In the country. I don't know the world. I mean,
Well, the
I don't
military certainly, I'm saying open to the public, the military certainly has a lot of things that we don't know about. But for what we know about, nobody's ever built an automated range at 150 yards.
Very high tech, very computerized, very game oriented. In other words, skill, competition oriented. You can program the thing 100 miles. You know, all sorts of. I'm not a real gamer, but I'm guessing that you can really set this thing up to challenge yourself or have a lot of camaraderie. There's different levels of recreation there. You've got different places for people to hang and relax and enjoy. You just got to see the place. But so you want some commerce. You want commerce from the general public in addition to the private aspect of this whole thing. That's a challenge. The folks in Richmond sometimes are looking at the growth of this thing and they're burping over it. Have you had some challenges there with zoning and the like?
Yeah, so a lot of questions. The sporting shop is open to the public, and we have everything outdoors. So not only do we have guns and ammunition, but anything outdoors: camping, canoeing, fishing, hiking, anything that you like, tennis rackets,
and you want
golf.
people to come in and shop.
We want them to come in and shop. Our prices are cheaper than Walmart. I know the word cheap is not good, but you know, our guns and ammo, our ammunition is less than Walmart, so I think it's a good comparative note. So we're excited about that. We're having our grand opening in October. I think that's going to be on the 20.
Yeah, so we've got that information. You've got an open house, not this weekend, but the following.
Yeah.
The following weekend, the 27th and 28th, later in the month.
But as it relates,
that's a big to do, by the way. You're gonna have there's a lot going on in that.
Yeah, on the 27th and 28th. Perfect.
Right. Saturday and Sunday.
And so that's kind of the first part of what you asked me. And the second part is, you know, the town has mixed emotions because everybody's concerned about school kids all the time. It's school kids, and we don't want housing, and you know, we put forth a plan for housing. So some of the residents came out, and even though every resident that we have is a part-time resident, somebody said, well, the Westerly Sun reported that you have a full-time resident. I said, well, we do have a full-time resident in the summer, but that resident didn't tell you that they have 4 other homes. You know, they have a home in New York, and they have a home in Boston, and they have a home in Puerto Rico, but they also have a home at the Preserve, and they're full-time at the Preserve when they're there. And they do have school-age children, but you know, one of them goes to school in Massachusetts.
Well, listen, if I thought that this was a legitimate controversy, I would have put that up front. What I find interesting is that even sometimes local officials don't understand something like this. It's what we used to call in the news business or town business, municipal business, a rateable. You're not going to put a lot of pressure on the system, but there's some taxes that are going to be paid for the growth.
Right.
I mean, hello.
We have a deficit in the town. They were going to float a bond, and I got up at one of the hearings and said, you don't need to borrow money and float a bond. All you need to do is give us the approvals that we needed to preserve so that we can generate those tax dollars. And, you know, we've done studies, and, you know, we'll spend more than $1 million in revenues with no associated burden on the town. No school kids, no municipal plowing, no government trash. You know, we don't have any services that are required. And one of the things at the meeting said, what happens if you have school kids? Well, I said, our homes are selling at more than $1 million. Right now we have a negative deficit for the median house in Richmond versus what it costs to send a school kid to school. I said it's a bit illusionary, but if a preserve member did send one of their children to school, then the taxes would cover the burden of that child, and the benefit's good.
How's the state support been?
So the state is.
You only got about a minute and a half, so you don't have to elaborate a lot. But
Okay.
Is it fair for me to say that you've operated in, at least in context, in relative obscurity?
I'd like to say that I love our state of Rhode Island. I'm not going anywhere. You know, our company approaches $1 billion, and in the things that we do around the nation, and it's very challenging to do business in Rhode Island. A lot different than it is in any of the other communities in North Carolina and Tennessee. We don't have any communication between the bodies, between, you know, DEM and DOT, and not everybody gets in a room and says, how can we help you? And we don't have a solution-minded attitude in Rhode Island. We have an excuse-minded attitude that says, I can't do that, or we can't do that. And they always have a reason why they can't do it. Nobody ever gives you a reason why they can do it. And it's challenging, but we work within the parameters of what we're given, and I think that we're highly thought of and respected, and we do our best every day to work with people to achieve our goals.
All right, so anyway, that open house is on the last weekend in October. I just suggest, just as you want the people to come see the sporting shop, which will allow you to get a feel for the entire program. It's a major development in the state of Rhode Island. I think everybody ought to be aware of it. And once he gets a little looser, we'll take that last little answer and we'll make that an entire show, because maybe you ought to be consulting the state of Rhode Island in terms of how business needs some help in this state, right?
Thank you.
It's not like you're without a thought on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the project.
Thank you so much.
All right, kiddo. Paul Mahalady's The Preserve at Boulder Hills. I will have more information on foxprovidence.com, linking some more information about the project online. Final word, and I come back. Stay with us. Well, obviously, we're heading into the final stretch of the political season, so next week we will be chock full of chasing the issues, and maybe we'll figure out how Nick Mattiello was outside screaming with a bunch of guys trying to get into a house with a 13-year-old when Joe Trillo came running in and accidentally hit him in the jaw, and charges were filed but never followed through on, and it became a big political issue, and that's your governor's race for 2018, and aren't you proud of it? We'll see you Monday on the radio 2 at 3 on WPRO. Have a great weekend.